everybody, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Today's video is going to be a wig review. I have been wigging it out for the winter months. It's just what I like to do, typically because my scalp gets pretty dry and I just prefer to kind of have my hats on as opposed to having my hair blowing in the cold wind. So I got a wig. This wig here is by Bobbi Boss. I absolutely love their hair, their wigs. I think honestly, now that I think about it, I think that's all I've been using for a little while now. I have one wig that I bought within the past year that's not from them. But other than that, I think it's pretty much Bobbi Boss, just because I find that it's the only synthetic hairline that doesn't really irritate my scalp. Some other brands I've had problems with in the past, so I just stick to Bobbi Boss. Now, this wig here is from the Yara collection. As you can see from the Yara collection, they all are like this asymmetrical bob, I would say. But this one just has bangs. Now, for the most part, guys, I really didn't do anything to this other than I accidentally got in chlorine water. In my defense, it was just the tips, and I didn't realize that they were in the water because I was caught up in something else. And I had to straighten it because the chlorine just made it really like ratty and unruly at the end. So I did straighten it just to kind of help it out. But other than that, I haven't done much to this. I did get it in another color. I have the blonde here with me. I'll show you guys that in a second, but I do want to talk about this wig. So, as you can see, it's an asymmetrical cut. It's banged out. It's not as thick as I would say my Xenon wig is, which is also part of the Yara collection. I will say this is just, the density is just, it's not as thick. It's a little bit silkier. Doesn't really have that like yucky kind of feel, which is okay, but I find that the yuckier textures have, they just look a little bit more realistic on me. So, no biggie though. I like this. Most people think that this is my hair, so it's doing its job. Now I did just kind of bump the bangs just a tiny bit. It doesn't have any clips. It has adjustable straps. And as you can see in my description picture, my thick hair is underneath this and laying down pretty flat. I'm going to show you guys when I take this one off and put the blonde one on what is going on underneath this. But I just wanted you to see how the brown one looks so that you can kind of get a feel. This has been more of an everyday kind of wig for me. I don't really wear wigs every single day because I do work from home some days, and those days I let my scalp breathe. But it's been rocking with me for about a month now for the days that I have been wearing it. I don't want no complaints because I prefer to wake up in the morning and not have to think about what to do with my hair. So this has really been a lifesaver for me. Alright guys, now I'm going to take this wig off, okay? Don't laugh at me. And in terms of like the shine and the finish, oh, I also, let me just show you before I do this. So I have it almost to the front of my hairline, if you could see, like right here. And then I just secure it with a bobby pin over here and a bobby pin over here. Even with my wigs that have clips, I tend to not use them or combs, because I find they kind of hurt. So I prefer to put a bobby pin just to secure the wig down. I don't really feel this, other than the fact that I think that this got stuck on my hair. Yeah. I don't really feel it. It's not so much pressure. And I just like that better. So I'm going to take this off. I'll show you guys the inside, the cap construction and everything. And then I'll show you my braid pattern, and I'll let you also see how the blonde one looks. Okay guys, so as I said before, the back got a little bit like ratty and a little knotty, but that was because of the chlorine. The top has remained pretty soft and not really too much shedding either. It sheds, but nothing big, so where I'm like, dang, this thing is a mess. So the inside, it does have lace here to give a little bit more of a realistic feel. And then like I said, there are no combs, but it does have adjustable straps. You can kind of see the size of my head. I kind of think I have a big head, and when you throw in my thick hair, it is a little bit larger, so I don't use the straps. I just let it be loose, and for the most part, it doesn't really hurt it's not like too snug or anything. I think after having it on for a few hours is usually when I want to take it off, but I put on some wigs where the minute I put it on, I'm like, this is too tight. This is too tight. Okay, so now so you guys to see my braid pattern. Now, please forgive me because this is about a week and a few days old. I'm like crazy. So I haven't like redid it. But what I just do is I wash my hair. I've been using Jane Carter solution, and I just do 2 French braids. I always used to envy girls who had like finer hair and could just do 2 braids and put a wig on and go. That was never the case. Any other time before this, when I wore a wig, I had to do several braids to kind of flatten the thickness. But I've been doing this for about 3 weeks now, and I found that this works best. So what I did was, all I have here is 2 braids. 2 braids, simple, no biggie. But as you can see from the front, they don't really start up here. I find that that's where it gives you that little like dinosaur lifts in your wig, and people can kind of tell that it's fake because it's lumpy. This is a little bit lumpier in the back, but I think for the most part from the front it's not as lumpy, and that's really what I'm concerned for. I started probably right after like the hump in the back of my head right here, the curve. I start the braid here. I do a French braid because I find that it just flattens easier than a cornrow, and I just braid that all the way down. And then usually if I'm like going to work or something, I will come in the middle and stretch these and pin them all the way up to the top like that, so they just lay flat here in the middle. But because I'm lazy lately, and the stocking cap, I don't need it to be as secure. I just literally take the wig cap, hold that there, and slide this on. Now once it's on, I have bangs that are a little bit shorter on this side, so that's why that piece of hair is like flopping around. But this is what I do. I like to set it back a little bit just because, as you can see with the wig from the side with the bangs, I don't want this showing. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like it lays really snug in here, and I just prefer this method over doing cornrows because I find that cornrows, first of all, it's just like having to do that weekly to wash my hair is too much, and second of all, I don't like it. I don't know what it is about it. It's uncomfortable for me. I don't like my scalp to be exposed that much. Whereas here it's really just exposed in the middle, and cornrows is each row. So I don't do this. I'll be back in 2 seconds to show you guys the blonde wig, and then I can give you a little bit more details about this because this is pretty much fresh out of the box. So here is Polly, and she needs a little brush out. So I found with the blonde one, it's got a lot more like static. I don't know if it's a color thing, but it's super staticky. For those of you who want my advice on how I keep my synthetic wigs looking soft and luscious, I put baby powder, not just for the shine, but just to keep the wig a little soft, and I find that that helps. The baby powder also helped with this wig in terms of static, so I just need to put a little bit more on, but here's the color for you. It's nice blonde. It's actually similar to the color of the Xenon wig that I have. It's the same as that color. I just find that blonde works best for my complexion as opposed to the other one that's like T something 88. I'll put it in the description box. Again, I do not use these guys because I just find my head's a little too big. And also, just another tidbit, I personally like longer bangs, like bangs that are gonna be closer to my eyelashes, so I don't let the back of the wig come all the way down to the bottom of my neck. I let it sit up a little bit because I prefer that. Okay. Hey guys, so I know on camera it probably looks a little on the gray side, but it is blonde, I promise you. And this is pretty much fresh out the box. I put it on once, I think, to take a photo, and that's it. I haven't flat ironed it. I haven't really put my oils or baby powder in it. As you can see, it's just like, it moves pretty nicely out of the box, as opposed to my other one that got chlorine damaged. It's a little stiff. So the bangs also, I think, are cut a little differently. I think these are cut a little shorter because I have it in the same spot, but it lays down differently. I just really think this is just like beautiful wig. I'm in love. Again, the asymmetrical cut here. It gives me kind of like Carrie Hilson, Rihanna vibes. I kind of want to curl it and like feather these a little just to get, you know, that their kind of look. But I like a blonde wig for fun occasions. I wouldn't wear this as an everyday wig because my hair's not blonde. But I do like to throw this on if I'm going to like an event or a special occasion because I think the blonde gives a nice little, you know. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about these wigs. Have you tried Bobbi Boss before? Have you tried the Yara Bang wig? Are you interested in trying now? Do you think that I should keep rocking the blonde? Or should I go back to the everyday color, which is always good too? I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for stopping by.